Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to talk about Terareum. And I've talked about Terareum a little bit, especially during their launch. It was an incredible launch period right out of the gates. I mean, they were just the talk of the town for a few weeks. Now, they've pulled back because of the overall market. We do want to just kind of talk about what's coming, though, because their utility is right around the corner here. In the next few months, we're going to be seeing what Terareum has been building this entire time behind the scenes. And it's going to be exciting because, of course, it's the centralized exchange, but they're doing some things kind of uniquely. And we're going to go over those in this video. And real quick, just to be upfront, I just formed a partnership with Terareum. Really excited to be helping them with their marketing. So let's jump in and take a look at their chart first. So we can see here, they had the huge run up, okay? And I mean, what a run up it was here back in March. Okay, they launched here in late February. There were some days here in March, as you can see here, a 3-day span where, I mean, everybody was talking about it. You go on Twitter, everybody's having Twitter spaces. What is going on? What is Terareum, right? Everybody wanted to know. And then from there, they actually dialed back a little bit before, continuing to run up a little bit here in mid-March. Then they had the hiccup with the Binance situation happen. And they've been very upfront about that. I mean, it happens in business all the time. People make mistakes. Investors, a lot of investors left when this happened, but it's early on in the project, right? They have a lot of time to rekindle some of those investors and obviously build a different base and a new base once the utility rolls out. So we could see here after, everything pretty much got hit over the past couple of weeks, it's been trading pretty much sideways here throughout April and into May. Just kind of cruising right along, still getting, daily volume of 57,000. That number was way bigger back in the day, but still, that's not bad for a new project that, we're still awaiting the utility, right? So let's jump in to this article over here. And this was done by NASDAQ. So this was one of their first big articles that got published on them. And we'll jump into this article a little bit. And it just says, it's out of Sheridan, Wyoming. Why is that? Well, that's where Terareum's LLC is actually formed, okay? So they're out of Wyoming. They also have filings in India, and they're also filing in Dubai. So they will be a registered company in all three places here. Already a registered company in Wyoming here in the United States, as well as in India, and the Dubai licensing is just kind of wrapping up right now. So they'll have that very soon. So the big thing that we're waiting for with Terareum is the centralized exchange. They're eyeing a Q3 by the end of Q3 here in 2022 to roll this thing out. And we can see here what it's going to do. It's going to be a little bit more unique than some other exchanges. They want to do it a little bit differently. They're going to look into deep encryption. They're going to have a multi-layer security and transparent platform for trading, for swapping, for buying and selling. Then you're going to have this unique deposit and withdrawal feature, which will allow users to securely access funds globally. And then the United States, again, Dubai and India will all have access to this feature initially at launch. That's the plan here. Again, Dubai is right around the corner here in terms of that licensing. Now, Terareum LLC is a registered business, as I mentioned, in Wyoming and in India, okay? Terareum Digital India Services Private Limited is what it'll look like when you look it up in India. The application for the Dubai UAE crypto license is currently being processed. That'll be interesting too, right? Because Dubai or UAE, one of the major places in the United States where it's super crypto friendly, right? So Dubai, Puerto Rico, to name a couple. Terareum is currently available to swap right now with Ethereum on Uniswap. Of course, they are listed on some exchanges as well, like Mexi and Buybox and Bitmart and BKEX and XT.com. So they've got a nice presence there. And, in talking to their team, they're not so much focused on the other exchanges. They feel like those will come, right? I mean, you're always focused on exchanges, right? But when you're building one, it's a little bit different, right? Sure, you want to have that reach, right? You want to have different markets. Some of these that I mentioned, they're hitting different segments of the market. But, they're building their own exchange too. So you got to keep that in mind. Now, the technology behind Terareum is a multi-platform system, propelling it to be more than just a crypto exchange with the development of many utilities such as an NFT exchange, payment integrations. They're going to have the Terareum card, the Terra blockchain, and the first to come TerraPool.io, which is very unique in the crypto space. It's going to be created to launch new projects. So it's basically going to be their own launch pad with new innovative technologies on a turnkey basis. So the TerraPool.io, their launch pad, is going to be a gem. This is a quote from Milton, their CEO. "We are proud of the development team working long hours. Fully functional platform will be ready in 7 weeks, then followed by testing and launch." To give you an idea, this article was published on April 10th, and he said 7 weeks away. So again, they are eyeing some big utilities rolling out very, very soon. And it would be great if we can get this overall market back up and running too. And I think a lot of these new projects that launch with coming out with new utility can really hit the masses. So that's what I've got for you here on Terrarium. I'm going to have a lot more content on Terra as the month goes on. I'll also be on an AMA with YourPop on Friday. So definitely want to check that out as well. I think YourPop will put a tweet out there too to allow you what time so you know what time that'll be. And excited to be working with this team, and really excited to see where this goes. This is a centralized exchange that could be the next Binance. Let's just call it what it is. I mean, this is hitting a different market. Of course, they're doing some things very uniquely as well, as mentioned here in the article. So thank you all so much for tuning in. I really appreciate each and every one of you out there. Let me know your thoughts about all this down below in the comment section. Until next time, I'll see you in the next video.